Well, we're down to 2. Hi, baby. And really, I just put them to bed. Since Leo left, they've been out in the living room running around here with everybody. Of course, they mowed down on some of the adult kibble too. And after they're running around and eating, and as soon as they start looking for a place to rest or whatever, that's when I take them and I go, oh, time to go back in the playpen. And I'm not sure who did it, but one of them did a large bowel movement. You can see the difference in the size between him and her. He's so much smaller than her. But boy, oh boy, did they ever notice that there's just them 2 left.
Cold-blooded murder of scrap metal dealer John Reynolds, who was bludgeoned to death in April 1996. As was his routine, the 55-year-old had been working alone in his yard on the weekend.
Sunday there'd be no one around. And that part of town was...
Now that's more like I expected, because they don't normally, they don't normally sleep together or do the puppy pile anymore.
I've arranged to meet somebody there, to buy something.
See?
Or otherwise, yeah, people might have known.
That's pretty cute.
There's a lot of Vikings in this thing.
And for sure they know that their siblings aren't here.
I didn't like.
It was someone they knew. Whether, like I say, you've been talking to them outside and gone back in and out, I don't know, or they just waited and waited and waited until he was...
They're both real sweethearts, though. They really are sweethearts.
I don't think it was planned. I think the death, or the cause of death, was brought about by something or someone that had
I was just on Facebook and
determined, given John,
a past client's name came up. You know how they go, do you know this person? Did you want to be a friend with them? Well, I don't do those options, but I saw her picture and I went, oh, she's got a picture of Bailey, who was one of our babies. And it's got a birth date, and then a dash and another date. And I was talking to her earlier that year, and everything was great. I talked to her October of that year, and it looks like Bailey might have passed. I've texted her and she hasn't answered yet, but so sad. Sometimes I don't want to keep in touch with people because I hate hearing when one of them pass away. And the first one just was, the first time it happened, it just blew me away.
And if they think about it every day,
because the girl passed away because she had a uterine infection. She had never had any puppies. And there's females get it, apparently quite often. It happens. It's a regular thing apparently with unspayed females that aren't having babies either. They end up with a uterus infection, and it happens so quickly, by the time you realize it, they stop eating. But I mean, I don't think I would miss it.
and details about how, where,
because
and when the victim died. Correct answers are sometimes
I'm just
confirmed
that
by
hands-on with all of my
each side
babes
is
all the
given
time.
different terms
I mean,
of
there are a few things that slip by a day or two, but
with the spirit of the victim.
I've never had anything get out of hand where it was anything like that. And it's really sad. Poor girl. I was told she should have had been spayed immediately, but instead they got antibiotics and hoped that would work, and got instead of an emergency spade, they got an appointment. Well, by the time it wasn't even halfway to the appointment, and she passed away. And then we had another one that ended up with a lung infection from inhaling some food. I think that's the only two that I know of, other than this other client that I just saw. Fingers crossed, I hope it's wrong.
Physically fit. Got a really strong accent, whatever it is.
I just dread when that's going to start happening with my babies.
Because it's still really sharp and it's still there, but
I don't handle it very well.
For a long time, many years.
I've had many dogs. I mean, I grew up with them. Once my parents found out I was allergic to them, we didn't have any more, but once I was married, I got dogs.
Fairly quiet existence.
I'm just really careful about what dogs I get, and if they're an inside dog or an outside dog, and they're groomed regularly, and I have to vacuum the floors daily if I have a shedder, and I keep them away from my face because one, I have asthma, two, I get sinusitis, so I get like a hay fever thing from dogs and cats. It bothers my nose, my eyes. I get drippy, itchy. My eyes get itchy. My sinuses get drippy and full. My asthma bothers me. And my skin itches. But as long as I keep them away from my face, I can pretty much not have that happen. I don't react. Plus, I'm on my allergy medicine 24/7. But when I get when their nails scratch me, it gets very inflamed, very red, and I have to put an allergy cream on it. But that's okay. Allergic to cats too, so. And birds. I love all animals, but my fave is dogs.
I get him being quite close with the girl, and
Yep.
emotionally it just, it's a real struggle.
The daughter must be still heartbroken.
Can you tell?
So she's aching all the time.
Yeah, he's gonna follow her nonstop. They're wearing pants because she's in heat. She's not having any puppies either, because that would be 3 in a row, and that one is not only against the law now with the new puppy law, but I would never do that. I don't even like the fact that she's had 2 in a row. I always like to have at least, quit that, at least one heat in between pregnancies. And then they have 3, max 4 pregnancies, and that's it. and then they're spayed.
Who's John? And his man,
And
son called Tom.
I'm getting
Tom's
Parker
like
fixed
an old
March
man.
3rd.
Strong man. I know.
And probably this fall, Harley will get fixed, and then Sophia will be next spring.
He's not feeling 100%.
Yep.
John had a strong bond with his mother, but his relationship with his father Thomas was strained. On
I
different
just don't
days,
feel right
around the same
having
time each reading, the psychics decide to turn the photo over.
more puppies when it's so expensive for the vet fees.
What's the sadness with this guy though?
It was hard enough before, making sure everybody took their dog to the vet and got all their vaccinations and that. I mean, I wouldn't let anybody have a puppy unless they agreed to it.
Put things behind now and to leave the past behind them. Put a new slate in my life. So
There was one lady that decided to be an anti-vaxxer after.
tired of it all. I wanted to move forward. It feels like something also from my past has caught up with
So I
me.
had an appointment for her to
John
get
spent a short time in Australia before
her
coming
little
to
guy
Did something from his
number
previous
2 and
life
number 3
follow him?
vaccination done. And about a week before,
Sensing her
I got the
disciples,
appointment reminder, so I texted her and she goes, you know, I'm kind of not really
It's a strong person.
comfortable with vaccination, la 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 la.
Like to have everything in its
But I do want to get him fixed. And I said, well, they won't do it. If he's not up to date in his vaccinations, they won't do it. My veterinary clinic wouldn't do it anyway. And she refused, and I said, well,
He could get a bit angry.
I'm really sorry that you've turned around and went against
Um,
our agreement,
trusting, feeling,
and
sort of
you'll
like
never have another one of my
a
puppies.
conscious side and a concerning side. So his energy would fluctuate.
Also quite practical. He's quite a practical person. Like to think
I mean, I don't get everybody every vaccination possible out there.
Cars or something.
But you have to get parvo, you have to get rabies.
And so
Yeah, you just have to get certain ones.
tinkering, just something he really enjoyed doing.
Just like people have to get certain ones. Hey, cutie, let's go.
I saw somebody digging with a shovel. See somebody
So,
digging
down to 2.
long-handed spade.
Somebody shovels,
And
digging something up.
little girl is going around 3-ish.
Funny, I wanted to go to motorbike thing.
And little boy is going shortly after 5.
So I think the collection's
Yeah, see, they're tuckered right out. They were running around here for, let's see. Oh yeah, easily an hour. Easily an hour. So they are just knocked right out. Everybody have a great day. Good night.
things on